Pete, while I have enjoyed our other 12 conversations, it's hard to beat this one. Beach, palm trees, waterfalls, the Royal Towers behind us here at the Paradise Island in Atlantis in the Bahamas is a pretty cool spot to play a football game.
No doubt, and what a big game it is. You know, last night our conference commissioner, John Steinbrecher, stopped by this dinner we had for the travel party, and I said to him, this is the difference between winning 8 games or winning 6 or 7 games. So our guys earned this opportunity. We're excited to be here. We know it's going to be a tough challenge, but it is a wonderful setting.
Yeah, what went into making all of this happen? I know the logistics are the trade-off for being in a wonderful place like this.
Yeah, a lot of people in our football support staff, our administration worked very, very hard. So much more involved than just going on a regular road game or to a bowl game in the United States. First of all, it goes all the way back to the summertime where we had to get passports. Guys that didn't have them had to get them just in the chance that you were coming to this location. And then you start to add up a travel party, a bigger plane coming down here. There's a lot to it. Shipping equipment via boats and unwrapping stuff. I mean, it's just wild. But we're grateful for all the help. And ultimately, we've got to kick off at 11 o'clock.
Can you reflect a little bit on this entire season that gets you here, the things that have been able to happen, the chance to be one of the few teams in school history to win 9 games? Just give me a sense, maybe as during this break, that you had a chance to think about that a little bit.
Well, it is pretty remarkable to think 11 months ago, we started something with really an ad hoc group of guys, and how this group came together, what their chemistry has been like, what their unity has been like, how hard they've worked, how they've embraced all the change, how they overcame adversity during some bumps in the road early in the season, and really got on a roll in the month of November to get us here.
Is there a moment, a game, a play? I'll tell you mine because it came from one of your locker room speeches, but that you will think back on years from now about this season?
Well, there's a bunch, but coming out of the bye week and going into that Toledo game and just knowing that we had to put our foot on the gas and clean a lot of things up and do some different things schematically, and the way we played against a really good Toledo team, I think that was a real pivotal moment. But I'm anxious to know what yours was.
It was the locker room speech, I believe, after the Eastern Michigan game when you looked at Dolak and you called him one frickin' dude. It's 3 words that said everything about him and then in some ways about your team, because I know Sean was such an important leader for your team.
Yeah, he and the whole senior class have been fabulous. And you look at those guys, and some guys have played really big roles like Sean. Some guys have played big roles and not gotten the notoriety that Sean has, like a Dom Palizzi, our center, who's had a great year, who when you look at Dom, he's not a whole lot bigger than me, but he just went through a 12-game stretch and played incredibly consistent, highly executed football. And then you had some other guys that just played smaller roles, a Tad Barr, or a guy like Cuff, who caught touchdown passes in their last home games as seniors. So very proud of this senior group. CJ Agbana, of course, coming out of nowhere, never having started a game before, and the type of quarterback he's become. So a lot of, even though it was only 11 months with these guys, a lot of really great relationships.
Talking with Bulls head coach Pete Lembo as we get you ready for the Bahamas Bowl. Buffalo and Liberty Bowl coverage brought to you by Bezroy Roofing and Siding and Crossbar Team Equipment. The Liberty Flames come in off an 8-win season. But they're not the same team that won those 8 games. They have a lot of their key players, including their quarterback and their running back, that aren't going to play in this game. So how have you prepared for what they were and what they might be?
Yeah, no, there's knowns and unknowns. But I can tell you from the guys we've seen walking around this hotel, they're a good-looking bunch, and I'm sure they're going to look even better in pads at 11 o'clock on Saturday. But, look, over the course of the year, you've got a lot of video to review. You've got the time to study all their games, but you've also got this 5-week break that we've had where all these bowl games, all these college football playoff games have gone off, and there's a lot of opportunity to install new wrinkles and to copycat people and so forth. You really have to come out and play a bowl game with the same kind of mindset as if it's your first game of the season.
All right, we wrap it up as we always do at Learning with Lembo. You are the history buff. Were there any history lessons related to where we are here, who you're playing, that you have given to your team as you've had 5 weeks to think about it?
Well, a little bit more geography than history. We always talk about where we're going and how we're getting there and where we're staying. So I showed them the flight path from Buffalo down here, and I talked about going through the Bermuda Triangle.
Aha!
And I'm sure not many of our guys knew about the Bermuda Triangle, but we went right through it, and here we are.
We're here. We're here. We made it. No issues. Pete, thank you very much for the help all season long, for giving Bulls fans this incredible insight. Good luck in the Bahamas Bowl against Liberty.
Thanks so much. Go Bulls.